Hey YouTubers, well today I thought I would just add some clarity or give some clarity to the cost of living here in the Philippines. I hear people all the time say, oh, you can live like a king there because everything's so cheap, and in a lot of instances things aren't cheaper. In fact, they can be more expensive than first world countries. It depends on the item. Everything is so out of whack here. It's not a uniform cost across the board that makes everything cheaper. It depends on what you purchase and how you live as to whether your cost of living is high or low. Things like rent, yes, like for a 3-bedroom apartment like this, which is in a really nice area in the city, it costs around $400 per month. So that's a 3-bedroom, 2-story, 2-bathroom, air-conditioned apartment. Rents are cheap, and you can get cheaper than this. This is one of the most expensive apartments in the city, which is why we're looking for another apartment, because I want to cut some costs. But things like a bottle of Coke, a 1.5 litre bottle of Coke here will cost you around $2 Australian. A packet of cigarettes, a pack of 20s of Marlboro cigarettes here is $4. That's so far out of whack. If you're purchasing, say, a motor vehicle, a brand new Ford Ranger Raptor here is around roughly 2 million pesos, so around 55,000 Australian. So yeah, that's cheaper than what you'll pay in Australia, but for the average Filipino, that's out of reach. 2 million peso is a lot of money for them here. So you really have to be quite well off or have a good job and get a vehicle on payments. Other things, you can purchase single eggs here. So if you go to a sari-sari store, you can purchase 6 eggs, 4 eggs, 1 egg if you want, but you'll pay around 8 to 10 peso per egg. Remember, it depends on the exchange rate, but at the moment I think $1 Australian is equal to around 36 peso. It's down at the moment, so, but on average it's around 37 peso per dollar. So fuel here is just over $2 per litre, so very similar to Australia. For electricity here, we pay approximately $125 to $130 Australian per month for power. Water here, we just received the water bill for the last 2 months. It's about $25, so about $12, $13 per month for water, for town water, which is pumped directly from the river, so it's not great quality. Other items, it's, as I said, it's just very difficult to say the cost of living in the Philippines is not expensive, because it depends on the things you purchase. Sugar, for instance, has increased here in the last 2 years by 50%. There's been a lot of price increases, and in fact, since Bongbong Marcos has become the president here, the son of Ferdinand, the cost of living has increased quite significantly. Wages haven't really increased here. People are still being paid very poor money. To give you an idea, we have a gardener that comes once a month and just cleans up a small area at the vacant lot next door here outside the gate. He only cleans about 10 feet, but he trims it all down and gets rid of all the long stuff so that it's safe from the rats and the snakes. We can see what's coming out of there. He works for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to do that and clear that for me, and it's 200 pesos, so it's about $5 Australian. The wages here are not huge, depending on your position, of course, but average wages are 12 to 15,000 pesos per month. So that'll give you an idea, if you wanted to buy a 2 million peso vehicle, how long it's going to take you to pay for that. You need to have a substantial down payment before you collect the vehicle. Otherwise you won't be able to afford the monthly repayments on that. But a lot of items, fruits and vegetables, are fairly reasonably priced. And staff, if you want to employ someone, I wouldn't say you'd live like a king here, but you can live comfortably on probably $1,500 per month Australian, maybe $2,000 per month. That's when Kyle was first born, to give you an idea, and Tess was, I could see she was suffering a bit of postnatal depression. I employed a housekeeper, a live-in housekeeper, just for a few months till she got on her feet, and the wages for her were only $5,000 per month, so roughly $125, $130 Australian per month. She was live-in, so she had a room. The rooms here rent at $6,000 per month normally, so if you add that, plus we had to feed, well, she fed herself because she did all the cooking, but her duties for a live-in housekeeper, they'll get up at 5:30 in the morning, start preparing breakfast. They'll have breakfast prepared by 6 a.m. After breakfast, they'll start cleaning the house, clean the bathrooms, clean the windows, mop any floors, sweep outside, prepare lunch, they prepare dinner, and they don't finish until until dinner's finished and they've done the dishes after dinner. Then they have their own time to go to their room and do whatever they want. So she had free internet here, Wi-Fi, the electricity's paid, the water's covered, her room and her salary. The whole package was probably about equivalent to around about 18K, I suppose, because you've got food included. But for me to just pay $5,000 a month means you can have a live-in housekeeper to take care of everything for you. If you're a single guy and you come here to live, you can afford to have a housekeeper. Even if you don't want to live in, obviously it's even cheaper if you have someone just come in 3 times a week, 4 times a week. But if you want a housekeeper every day, they'll prepare your meals, they'll go grocery shopping for you. If you have laundry that needs to go to the laundromat, they'll take that to the laundromat. They'll do all that for you, and if you want to go out somewhere, they'll go with you if you want, and they'll help translate, or they'll help pay for things so that you're not getting charged a white tax. It can be very advantageous to have a live-in housekeeper, definitely, and it's affordable here. But I wouldn't say you live like a king. You don't live like you're a rich person because you're a foreigner in the Philippines, but you can live very comfortably. As I say, a lot of things, just my Rexona Sport, for instance, my underarm deodorant, it's almost impossible to find here, and when I do find it, I'll pay 500 peso for 2, so it'll cost me $13 for 2 Rexona. A lot of things, be aware, are not super cheap as people think everything is here. Motorcycles are quite reasonably priced. I was just looking online at the brand new Kawasaki Ninja 400cc. You can purchase that on the road with 12 months registration for around $10,000 Australian. You can't do that in Australia. So vehicles are priced cheaper, but not dirt cheap. Electronics, if you're purchasing a new phone, you'll pay similar money. If you want to buy a mid to high-end phone, will cost you around $600 Australian. If you want to purchase a high-end phone, you'll pay anywhere from $600 to $1,200 Australian. So electronics are quite expensive here. Just be aware that not everything is cheaper in the Philippines. Electronics, as I said, I've looked online at the cost of a new motherboard or a CPU here, and it's actually, I can purchase those things in Australia cheaper than I can purchase them here in the Philippines. So it really does come down to how you live, what you do. Transport is very cheap. Even rice, since Marcos became the president, they had to put a cap on the price of rice because it started increasing. 50 kilo sack of rice here used to be anywhere from 2,200 to 2,500 peso. It got up to 3,000 peso. So it was making it very difficult for the average Filipino even to afford to buy their rice. Alcohol here, a bottle of Jack Daniels is roughly, for a 700ml bottle, it's roughly $50 Australian. So while it's a little cheaper, it's not hugely discounted. So many things here are cheaper, so many things are more expensive, so many things are equivalently priced. So it's very difficult when I see people doing vlogs and they put online, oh, you know, the cost of living. Well, the cost of living for that person in that city with their lifestyle. Everybody's different, everyone's individual, so all our lifestyles are different. So whether you live cheaply here or it costs you a lot of money really does depend on your way of life. If you're going to travel a lot, flights, short flight, say 90 minutes from here in Masbate to Manila, is roughly $160 Australian or something. So it's not super cheap. But if you're just traveling locally on your island by bus or jeepney, or traveling locally around your city by tricycle, it's very inexpensive. So it's, again, it comes down to the lifestyle you live as to whether you can live very cheaply here or whether it's costing you similar money to when you're at home in your own country. If you want to travel around here, and while you live here and just travel and see the Philippines, then you can go through quite a bit of your budget quite quickly. And especially if you don't have a Filipina to guide you and purchase things, because as I said before, as soon as they see you're a foreigner, the price will go up. They will charge you a white tax, so you will spend more money when you first arrive here if you are single, until you get yourself a girlfriend and she'll start saying, no, that's only worth this much, that's this much, and she knows all the prices. You'll start to save a few dollars, but you will get overcharged. That's pretty much all I have to say on the subject. Cost of living. Can you live like a king in the Philippines? Not really, unless you have a huge budget. Then of course you can live like a king. You can live like a king anywhere on a huge budget. I'd just like to say it's variable. No, you don't live like a king, but yes, you can live comfortably in the Philippines, but it's variable for each and every person here. So don't forget, guys, if you're looking for a Filipina, I'll put a link down below again for Christian Filipina, the dating website that I've recommended that's affiliate partner with us. Please check that out. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please, guys, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner for us and help us grow our channel, because we need to get more subscribers into this channel to monetize it, and we need your help to do that. So I'm asking you, please help us grow our channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will say, as always, from an Australian in the Philippines, peace out.